What's up, guys? Got another cool build to show off. So if you follow me at all, I've done a dial similar to this before. I did, I think, 2 of them. And they might have either the tops 12 and 6 or staggered like this, where it was like curved. So instead of it being a nice straight line, it was like curved in and curved in, you know, like a half circle in the break of what's lasered lower and what's lasered from upper, right? So I ordered more of these from my guy in the UK, but the bulk of them had issues with the lasering, where like sometimes everything's not lasered out, and it was primarily an issue within the interior numbers. So didn't charge me on any of them, but I ordered like 5 of these, and I think only one of them was good to go, which was this one. So what we did with this one was we did it in a matte black. So painted matte black, which is this lower area. So this through here and all this in here was lower. Okay, so matte black, sanded it down, and then I did a double clear coat on it, and then we lumed it from the backside. Actually, we lumed it from the backside, then I did the double clear because we didn't want the clear filling up, you know, where the lume would attach. So it's got a matte finish, which kind of shows some cool texturing to it. And then also everything throughout here is obviously lasered lower, because that's why there's black in there. So you can see with that where the lume is back inside. So that's how that build looks. That's how that dial looks. This is on an automatic 2415. Did a silver set of Moldova hands. This has just the second of the compass bezel redesign that I have. So you've got your polished knurled bezel with a flat black compass insert, lasered in silver out of the black. Black cerakoted 150 case, black cerakoted 150 crown, star engraved, because this is kind of more of a pilot-esque dial. Did the same on a milled caseback, so milled it, cerakoted it, lasered off. And then this is a nice, it's actually a thin strap, but right here at both of your lugs, which please focus on it, you've got a nice pocket of leather, which makes it kind of, it doesn't really want to move too much, but that's okay because it's fine for your wrist and it lays decently flat. So a lot of times you can see them and this will like flop straight down. This will not be one that does that. It's a nice thin black leather with black stitching. Very pliable, very soft, but we do have overprotected area here at the lugs. Black Prevy cerakoted buckle. And that is the build. Bezel on this will go left, it'll go right. No direction is necessarily important to you unless you're trying to actually gauge, if you know how to do that via time and the sun. Here's the build. Automatic mechanical, so if you want to wear it, before you go out the door, make sure you wind it just a little bit, just to make sure it's going. You can put it in a watch winder, or just shake it if you like. You've got a rotor in there you just can't see. But if it's dead, or you're not going to be very active if you're driving or something, make sure you wind it just a little bit, because you don't want to set your time and then lose time because you are not moving around enough to keep it going. So 4 or 5 seconds of this will keep time throughout the day mixed with your rotor movement. If you're driving like all day, or you want to make sure it's good to go in the morning, 10-15 seconds of this, you should max out your 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. just wind it all day. So you just unscrew the crown until it comes off the crown tube. You'll hear it, feel it clicking. You'll see a little bit of play. When you're happy with that, you're going to pull it to the one and only click. You can now set your time. Not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you got a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. And also something I'm going to bring up. I used to mention this a long time ago, but it came to light just the other day because a buddy reached out to me about his friend's Deep Blue, that he can no longer wind and it does not keep time. Wanted me to look at it, and I asked him if he happened to drop it on the crown, and apparently the guy did. So one of the features of this is when this goes in here and goes down, the crown is connected in there, but the stem, how that wobble crown works is impact isn't transferred. So if you were to hit this on the crown, the impact wouldn't go into the stem. And to me, it like, he didn't like blow out his keyless works, but he did something with some of the gearing that goes into the mainspring. Because he says you can wind it all day and it will last about 10 seconds and die. So I'd say he's just getting like an initial something, but if you would drop it on the crown, it would not transfer in there. So that's also a part of that wobble crown. So when you see it moving around and all that, it's actually doing some good for the watch for protection. So if you're pushing and prying on it, going around, you're not going to put any adverse pressure on the movement either. So that's more likely to happen than for someone to drop his watch, let alone drop their watch perfectly on the crown. Anyway. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 11:40 a.m.
11:40 a.m. You're good. Push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then just wind it down. And that is the build. And this might be the last one of these dials that I do for a while. I don't talk to the guy too often, but all the stuff I would get from him would take months to get. So I am going to find the other one of those real quick and show those off. Just for a reference, because I am pretty sure I can't do any more of them. So pop the camera up a little bit so you can see how they come stock. This is kind of a polished, and that's a matte finish down there. Okay, I can see what the issue is with this. So I know the camera's not wanting to focus there, but can you see that the numbers aren't lasered through, right? See, like, come on, camera focus. Can you see in 17, it's just the top. 18, it's a weird little spot. 19 there. 20, there, it's not even in the O, right? You can kind of variously see issues with that one, right? So if you look in the back, actually the back looks pretty good, right? But it's not being lasered through. Seeing the 14 and the 1, you can't see my hand until the very top, or my finger there. You can just see it at the very tip, shining through. That's what I'm referencing. And then on 14, it's not falling up into the 2 top pieces, it's just in that bottom. So, I mean, can I use it? Yeah, kind of, right? So I've got, what, 6 of these sitting here. I know I've thrown away some of them, but all of them have similar issues. I think the one that we have is the only one. Yeah, look right there. Look at 20. This circle's not even out. 21, there's nothing there. 14, the bottom of the 1. Shit, look at the big number 9. Right? So, I mean, each one of these had an issue I couldn't deal with. See, there you go. 20, it's not lasered out. 18, it's all wonky. 17 is just the top. 16, it's just the top of the one. 15, top of the one. You know. And, I mean, they're aluminum. Come on, phone. Focus. So, you can kind of see what the problem is. Only what you can see, light shining through, is where it can loom, right? So you want that to be your loom. You know, you can see 13 just fine. You can see 24 just fine. But after 13, 14 is weird. You can see the 5 and 15. Nothing really in 16, 17, 18, 19. The 2 and 20. The 2 and 21 on the top of the 1. So that's 5 of the dials. That one, the same issue. 18, you can't see the bottom of the 1. 19, you can't see the bottom of the 1. So that one's the closest one to something I could use because it's really only 2 issues. These things are so precision, and it requires, oh, there's a weird little piece of aluminum there. Oh, it's like a cutout. This requires a super expensive laser to cut these. This is why I can only get this stuff from him. So I kind of have 6 dials here I can't do anything with. So he made me, I think, 10. And the other ones I think were just so bad I just threw away. And these ones I thought, maybe there's something I can do with them. But there's really nothing I think I can do with them. So this might be the only one you guys are going to see for a while. Unless I order more from him. But if he had issues with them then, probably going to have issues with them again. Same style as like if you've seen my like version 1, version 2 of my different pilot dials where I do like a one-off F40 Corsair, F22 Raptor, you know, A10 Warthog, all those, same guy. All those worked out nicely, but all they had was like the star lasered out and the numbers around there which were larger. So these smaller numbers apparently caused a bit of an issue. But so this might be the only one you see. Unless I get talking with him and we try it again or he says something's different. But these take like months to get. Like we're talking 4 and 5 months. So chances are not going to happen. This one, everything was good with it. So it has been illumined. But now you can see what those dials look like when I get them. And then I matte finish that, sand it, lume it, clear coat it. So sorry for the long video, but if you're getting this watch, you're getting something kind of... I tried to make more of them. I thought they were a very cool look, but not going to happen. So chances are you're going to get the last one of these made. Plus you're going to get a cool compass bezel. 2 of the 100 that I had to do in a minimum order quantity just to get one for a guy. But I had multiple requests for him from before, so I can kind of follow up with those guys, though I have made them other things since then. He really needed one, so had to create, had to do a minimum order of 100. We changed it a little bit. The bezel's a little bit different than the initial ones, and instead of it being a sloped insert, it is a flat insert. So a little bit of change to it, but it is a custom width. It's not something that you can pop out and throw into another bezel. It's literally made for this design bezel that's designed for the watch, for this platform. So good times with that too. So if you get a scratch on it or something like that, it's almost just as good to replace the whole bezel. You can't find the inserts. I have all the inserts matched with bezels, so matching beads to go with it. This is going to come in a black BVW box. I was going to have custom boxes made for him. I'm glad I didn't because I'd have a lot of extra boxes just sitting on a shelf. This will come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, some leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft. Apply it on the front, back, let it soak in, remove any excess. That's only if it is not as soft as you like it, which is normally an overtime thing. It's perfectly soft now. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon. It's for your acrylic glass because you can't scratch it, but if you do, no big deal. Put a tiny bit of this on it, buff it out using your included microfiber. I would suggest using this one. So you might get 2. I don't know what I'm going to do here. You might get 2. This one's good, would be good for that, and not good for having brown residue all over it. And this one would be good for brown on it because you won't really see it. So you might get two. Then again, I'm going to get rid of all my nice white ones that I ordered, but that might be the play on that. Novus 2, it's like Polywatch. If you get a scratch, go up and down, fill in that scratch, buff it out using the included microfiber. Solidify it. Takes, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. If you still have the scratch, go back over it again, but make sure it sets before you do that. Otherwise, it's kind of like drywall mud, and you'll pull out what you've put in there if it's not set. So that's the build. If it's going to you, thank you. If you want me to be able to do something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.